Breaking news here on Seahawks Today. The Seattle Seahawks have hired a Harbaugh, not that Harbaugh, his son, Jay Harbaugh, as the special teams coordinator. Welcome into the program. Tyler Jones here. Thanks for joining us as Jay Harbaugh will now make his way from the Michigan Wolverines over to Seattle in a position replacing Larry Izzo. Here's more from Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer with the reporting, saying the following: curveball. The Seahawks are working on hiring Michigan's Jay Harbaugh as their special teams coordinator per sources. So rather than join his dad, Jim, in L.A., Jay Harbaugh will team up with ex-Wolverine staffmate Mike Macdonald in Seattle. Macdonald, as well as Harbaugh, very familiar with each other as they worked together at two different stops, not only at University of Michigan, but also with the Baltimore Ravens. So although you're hiring a guy in Jay Harbaugh that comes over from the college ranks, he does have NFL experience and had an interesting role when he was actually with the Baltimore Ravens in a statistical analytics role of sorts with that organization. And that was the same period that they won a Super Bowl there with Baltimore. He spent 9 seasons working with his dad, Jim, at Michigan, first as an offensive assistant in a variety of different roles, from running backs coach to tight ends coach, and then also was most recently special teams coordinator there with Michigan. And he also got to serve as interim head coach for a game this season while his dad, Jim, was suspended and helped lead the Wolverines to victory against UNLV this year. This is a bit of a shocker. There was an expectation that Jay was going to follow his dad to the LA Chargers from Michigan and be in the same role that he had at Michigan as special teams coordinator. So to depart from dad and go to Seattle here is a bit of a surprise, but for the Seattle Seahawks, the way I look at it, it's a big win. Here's more from On 3 of what Jay Harbaugh brought to the table. During his time with the group, Harbaugh coached some of the better special teams in college football, whether overall or individual honors. Michigan saw several recognitions and records for their kickers and punters in their return game and for their coverage off punts and kicks. So there you have it. We'll have more on Jay Harbaugh coming up in just a moment. I'm getting this in just in real time as we're speaking from our own boss, James Yoder, covers the Michigan Football Report. Send me this message. I want to read you here real quick, folks, as far as Jay Harbaugh goes. This is from Yodes himself. Special teams really excelled under him. He won some awards in 2021 for Special Teams Coach of the Year. Also, Jake Moody won the Grozo Award under him. Also coached tight ends and running backs in different seasons. Seems to be following his Uncle John Harbaugh's path to be a head coach, being a great special teams coordinator and knowing both sides of the ball well. Only coached to be with Jim all 9 seasons at Michigan, and likely taking this job to get out of the family shadow. More from Yodes saying this: overall, I'd say there's almost nothing bad about the hire. Guy will be an NFL or college head coach in 2 to 4 years, and I'd expect Seattle to have excellent special teams under him in all areas. So our boss, James Yoder from the Michigan Football Report, giving us some insights there on that front. What is your one-word reaction to the Seahawks hiring Jay Harbaugh? My one word is solid. No complaints from me. We'll tell you more about him in just a moment, but I want to hear from you guys first. Give me your one-word reaction and let us know. Folks, this is why you subscribe to Seahawks Today. We just hit 49,000 subscribers, and all this week we're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers before the Super Bowl. For the latest happenings on your favorite team as they continue to hire more coaches, we're going to bring you videos and react to it when it happens in real time right here on Seahawks Today. Lock us in. Subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did. Now, one of the things that we saw from Jay Harbaugh at his time at Michigan was that he redefined the role of special teams. And let me explain a little bit further. There's an idea of what a special teams unit is supposed to do and look like, the norms of sorts, right? Well, Jay Harbaugh went beyond just the norms of sorts and tried to establish himself some creativity to that group of sorts. Listen to this from Jay Harbaugh himself. He said this prior to the start of the 2023 season when the Michigan Wolverines won a national championship, saying a lot of times in the special teams world, you got guys playing defense that maybe aren't defensive players. They can be offensive guys. So more tackles are missed by offensive players on special teams than on defense, which is probably to be assumed, right? That's not their day job. So I think having a bigger body is exciting. Maybe not quite as fast as having a true speed guy, but definitely gives you an exciting component of physicality at play. So pretty interesting from Harbaugh describing that and fitting those norms of sorts. Now, some of the accomplishments, we want to go over those and show you what he was able to do at his time at Michigan. In the 9-year stretch, listen to this, had a top 20 ranked kickoff coverage in 5 of 8 seasons, 5th ranked kickoff unit in 2023, this past year when they won the national title, top 25 kick return unit in 4 seasons, and the players that he coached on special teams, 9 of them attained a total of 21 Big Ten honors in that stretch, and they also had the number 1 ranked special teams unit in 2021. I can't find anything to not like about this hire. There's nothing to complain. Did an incredible job at Michigan, and just when you look at the statistics, they back it up. I mean, the one knock that people are going to say about hiring a college coach is, well, you know, they're not accustomed to the NFL world, and that's just not the case. He's coached at the NFL level. He's been around the Harbaughs, his dad and his uncle. So I can't find anything to not like about this hire at all. This is an A for me. How would you grade the hire of Jay Harbaugh? Let us know in the comment section, A, B, C, D, or F, what you think of this move to bring Jay Harbaugh into Seattle. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for last-minute tickets for the lowest prices guaranteed. If you're trying to find tickets to, let's say, a sporting event, concert, theater production, comedy show, and more, Game Time makes it super quick and super easy to get the tickets you're looking for. Maybe you want to go to a Kraken game. You pick the game or event you want to go to. They got the prices listed. Then you can pick out your seat. And then you can see if you like the seat or not. And within a matter of moments, you're checking out and getting your tickets. And you can get $20 off when you use the promo code SeahawksChat on your first purchase. But that's not all, folks. If you're headed to Vegas, to Allegiant Stadium for the big game this week between the Chiefs and Niners, you know, that big game, you can save $100 when you use the promo code Vegas100. In fact, you can pair up your Seahawks Chat promo code and the Vegas100 promo code and end up saving $120 on your big game tickets. So what are you waiting for? Start saving with Game Time today. Download now. Terms and conditions do apply. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Game Time, proud partner of Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Glad to have them on board. Download today. You'll be glad you did. All right, so for this special teams unit for the Seahawks, of the, 3 units of the Seahawks team, the thing that they have to prioritize this offseason is replacing DJ Dallas, who was your main kick and punt returner. If you stay in-house, D. Eskridge would be the presumed favorite to take on that role, but there is belief among most that D. Eskridge will probably not be back next year, but at least he holds that spot for now. Jason Myers has been one of the best kickers in the NFL. Michael Dixon has been one of the best punters in the NFL, and there's no complaints about Chris Stoll at the long snapper position. In fact, last season under Larry Izzo, this was a very good group, statistically speaking, for the Seahawks. They ranked 6th in the league in Rick Gossinell's annual rankings that he does of every special teams unit, scoring 300 total points. So what you're seeing with Jay Harbaugh has to take over is a pretty good group already to work with. So go ahead and find another return specialist of some sorts, and quite frankly, this team should be in good shape. Now we're starting to see the Seahawks staff start to fill up. Mike Macdonald, so far, done a very good job with who he's hired. Leslie Fraizer, told you a couple days ago, really like that hire to be assistant head coach. Now you bring in Jay Harbaugh as your special teams coordinator. Still some big roles to fill, but a very good start. Who's the next coach that we should see Mike Macdonald and the Seattle Seahawks hire? Chime in the comment section and let us know what you think. Subscribe now for the latest happenings on your Seattle Seahawks. We got you covered as these hirings continue to roll in. We will continue to bring you content covering the latest news on your Seattle Seahawks. Subscribe now for free, and we'll see you next time.